Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's Dee Dee. How's it going? Tracking might be a little weird because I'm using my daily phone instead of my streamer phone while my streamer phone is updating, but that's just chill to that music, yeah. The lo-fi that'll put you to sleep, and there's technically a whole album. The artist whose music I use for the streams has made several albums that are copyright free, so technically I could just park you guys here and play the albums off Spotify. But yes, how is everyone today? A couple of you I saw earlier while Spooky was streaming. Hope you guys had a good rest of your day. I had like a mini nap. I was like, usually you're not supposed to sleep, like have a nap at like 5 p.m., right? But I was literally nodding off in front of the computer. I'm like, okay, clearly I need a nap. But then, of course, you have the nap and now you're like, what year is it? What decade is it? I took rice out of a container, put it in a bowl to warm it up, and then I put the bowl back in the fridge. Like, what am I doing? Messing up the sleep schedule? That's the joke. I'm such a sleepy person that even when I have a nap before a stream, I still get like 4 hours when I go to bed at like midnight. Like, I won't be. If I have a nap, I won't be able to sleep 7 hours through the night. But I'll still sleep like 3, 4 hours when I go to bed at midnight. And then I can get up for an hour, feed the cats, and then I'll fall asleep for 3 more hours. Vilmo, hello! So he's starving tonight? Nah, 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 we're good. We good, we good. Oh, stream avatars, hello. Still getting used to the new procedures when I open starting stream. I have one more thing I have to open the stream avatars. It's all good. I have some coffee. I have a bottle of water that's partially frozen in the freezer that I'll go and grab because, you know, cold water is really effective at waking you up. So I'll go grab that in like a little bit, so. Need to know? Are the space questions really intimidating? Nah, 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 nah. I was just teasing. Don't worry about it. Just last night, when I talked about the stuff with the planet and Earth formation, you were like, what do you mean by that? I was like, oh, I'm afraid now. I don't know why. Da, 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 da. Phone finished updating, so I'll switch it over. I thought it was gonna take longer. It looked like it was gonna take forever. Whoop. It only takes one sentence sometimes. You know that is so true. Whoa! Speaking of space, I'm apparently flying off. Whoa, back in my body. Alright. We minimize that. We'll do this. Alright, this is... She fell off the chair, call us... I'm okay! I'm okay! Don't worry. We're all... It's all good. Alright, let's get Phoenix Wright going, because this is a revenge stream for my internet being down literally all of Sunday. Don't think we were gonna get through all of the last case on Sunday, but we would have gotten through a big old chunk of it if, you know, something. I always feel bad for whoever it is that works at the internet service provider. So for context, for the people who aren't in the Discord or don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? In Canada, we do have a lot of different service providers for internet, but they often borrow, like they've purchased infrastructure off like the big three service providers. So even when something goes wrong with one, it causes like a cascade effect. Apparently, someone at one of the big three was doing maintenance and cut a cable they shouldn't have and just nuked the internet for like a quarter of the province. I'm like, wow, I don't know if that person still has their job. I kind of hope they do, because that sucks. I'd hate to work a job where you make one oopsie and suddenly you have inconvenienced thousands of people. How do people cut the wrong cable? I don't know. But it's like Iduna and I have the same service provider, and she had called, and the explanation they got given is, yeah, a cable, like a fiber cable's been cut between us and the provider. They're working on it. So I'm like, someone cut the wrong cable? I mean, you say that, but literally I've seen clips of a corporate VTuber. Who was it? I think it was Scarl. Scarl from Nijisanji En. She had been doing handcam streams where she builds Gunpla, and she was playing around with the wire cutters, like the plastic cutters on her desk, and she cut her headphone wires somehow by accident live on stream. So some people are really just that careless. The city hurricane cleanup crews have already knocked out 2 of our... Oh no, yeah. Some people, yeah, literally some people are just unfortunately very careless. When I was doing an internship at an office, what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? It was like an office that handled cleanup, like snow plows and like stuff like that. And someone called to complain that the snowplow took out their mailbox, and I was like, wait, did you see that? And like they got real huffy because like I guess this happens quite frequently, but like it was like my second week. It was my first winter at the job. I'm like, I don't know. You just said it with such certainty. I was like, were you like in your driveway when the plow went by and it took out your mailbox? Man, yeah. Sometimes stuff just happens. For better or worse. But yeah, I just saw a clip of that stream where the VTuber accidentally cut her headphones. I felt bad for her because they were like, I guess, really old headphones that she really loved, and like they were long since stopped manufacturing it. It's like, well, this is why you don't play around with sharp tools when you're just talking to chat. I mean, I think a lot of people have had a almost done uh-oh moment. Like, what was... I've had moments where I was, like there was a vegetable peeler and I was trying to get some dirt or something that was really stuck in there, and I was about to use my finger to try and like push it out. I'm like, that's a dumb idea. I'm just gonna slice my finger. Like, it was just like impulsive action, and it's like, no, no, that is a very bad idea. Do not do that. Alright. But yeah, we'll keep chit-chatting here or there, but since, we're trying to make up for the fact that, unfortunately, internet was garbagey on the weekend, we're gonna try and get as much as we can in these, like, 2-3 hours I have available. Light their headphone wire during a cookie stream? No! Oh my god. In situations like that, going wireless is probably the better way to go about it, but oh my god. Can I pin your little dude in the sky? Okay. Let me see, where are you? That, nope, that's Sexu. Hang on. There, I even put you upside down. Dun, 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 dun. Alright. So we've got Trials and Tribulations, Part 1, 2, Investigation. That seems like it's about right. You'll fall down eventually. I think there's a limit to how long you can stay up there, but yeah. Alright, so technically we're playing as Edgeworth right now. And we have literally everything in that was in Phoenix's pocket. Because, you know, you'll charter a private jet and fly back to the country just to visit your friend who might be on their deathbed / have pneumonia, you know? There's nothing going on here. So, the Magatama, the Hanging Scroll, Iris's Hood, Occult Magazine. Does showing the photo do anything? That's Mystic Elise name. She's a picture book author. Or so I've heard. Wait, Mystic? Ah. I wonder if Iris even realizes she slipped up. Because if you remember from the second game, Morgan, Faye, Maya's aunt, explained that the master of the Kurain channeling, that if they're like a... What's the word I'm looking for? If they're a spirit medium, they're to be addressed as mystic. But Elise said she wasn't here for spiritual training and that she wasn't a spirit medium. Does she come to Hazakura Temple often? No, this was her first time. It's just that she was a very important visitor. Is that so? Yes. Sister Bikini told me, be certain not to offend her. The victim is Elise Jongim. The prosecutor's office still doesn't have much information about her, it seems. Who is the woman on this scroll? Well, I don't know the details, but... I've heard she's the master of the Kurain channeling technique. Master? Yes, Mystic Misty. She was a great spirit medium. That's what I've heard. I also heard that she went missing over 15 years ago. Spirit mediums. There's no such thing anyway. Mr. Edgeworth? I know all about them. They're nothing but frauds. She doesn't know anything about it, of course. But there was a time 17 years ago when I met the master myself. Oh! I forgot about that. They never addressed it in the game before, but I guess when Misty came to do the channeling, she met Miles all those years ago. That's called a demon warding hood. I gave that to Mr. Wright last night. He was wearing this when I saw him at the hospital today. What? It's an important item for protecting acolytes from evil spirits. If it's so important, then why did you give it to him? Last night, I felt something. I felt that something terrible was about to happen. I didn't want Mr. Wright to fall into its grip. Well, he wound up falling into something much deeper and colder. I probably shouldn't say that out loud, though. Thank God for inner monologue. He's so sassy. He's even sassier than Nick. So Nick was wearing this in the hospital. Imagine being Edgeworth. You get a call, presumably in the middle of the night, from Larry saying Nick's in serious trouble, he might die. So you charter a private plane. The first thing you do when you land is go to the hospital. Somehow, you manage to get, into the back. Even though, you know, you're not family. So technically, they're not supposed to allow that. And dude's just chilling there with this hood on his head. I would assume I had the wrong room somehow. And again, maybe the police were already there because of the incident, so the cops know Edgeworth and they're like, yeah, he's good, let him through. Is there anything else frightened? We might not have enough to challenge her on that yet. So we'll come back. So all the wood burnt, but the ropes are fine. How does that work? Then again, I guess the ropes would probably be steel? Like it's steel cables? So they would burn at a higher temperature than the wood. Sure is cold, alright. So this is it, Dusky Bridge. Oh, wow, it's you, Mr. Edgeworth! Hello, Detective Gumshoe. Long time no see! It's been about a year! Or has it been longer? It doesn't matter, Detective. What does matter is why you're shuffling around up here. Doing his job, I assume. Oh, ouch! And there's that sharp left jab. Well, I'm happy to see you anyway, Mr. Edgeworth. Let me guess, you were transferred by HR to the local precinct? A wise decision. The vast amount of nothing up here should be quite easy to guard. I heard you were back in the country and arranged to come all the way out here. Everybody was real nice. They even let me take charge of the investigation, sir. Gumshoe indeed. Like gum on your shoe, he's impossible to get rid of. I'm supposed to report on the details of the crime scene, sir. Anyway, here I am, Detective Dick Gumshoe, reporting for duty. Great. Thank you, Detective. I thought Prosecutor Godot was gonna get here before me. That guy's a real mystery, I tell you. Prosecutor Godot? So who is this Prosecutor Godot? I've never heard of him. Yeah, he's a new guy. Showed up after you left the country. He's a complete rookie, but nobody can say a bad word about the guy. What kind of man is he? He just became a prosecutor recently, but he's good, sir. Real good. He's so good, how is it that I've never heard of him? Is he the lead prosecutor on this case? You bet he is! After all, you know who is right in the middle of it. Dude looks like he belongs in Cyberpunk. Godot? Oh yeah. You know who? Phoenix Wright, of course. For some reason, Godot has really got it in for Mr. Wright. Oh? Yeah, he seems to have some kind of grudge. And what would be the cause of this grudge? I don't know. Maybe he made fun of his mask or something. None of this is making any sense. I'd better look into this Godot myself. I just got back into the country, so I don't really know much about the case. It's simple. Well, simple is as simple does, as they say. Oh, you've got no idea how much I've missed that biting sarcasm of yours, sir. But seriously, this one's a piece of cake. There's a witness that saw the whole thing. A witness? Well, ain't that convenient. Yeah, that bikini lady. Bikini lady? Here? On this freezing cold mountain? Well, you should talk to yourself if you want the details, sir. They call this, misleading. Why is he cracking up? I mean, Edgeworth thinks he's about to talk to like some 20-something swimsuit model on the mountain. And instead it's a nun who decided her Buddhist name was gonna be Bikini. I may have to talk to this bikini lady. I mean, decisive witness myself. Dusky Bridge. So, this is the bridge that Wright fell through? Yep. I can't imagine being that reckless myself. You sure about that, Gumshoe? There's been a great number of times you've just barged in to confront, criminals. I'm just saying. Look before you cross is how it goes, right? Not really. And Is there something on the other side? Is there a chicken? Yeah, some old building they call the Inner Temple. But we can't get over there without a bridge, sir. Why is there only one bridge? Like, shouldn't there be multiple bridges? What? Nobody lives there, so it's usually not a problem. But someone was at the Inner Temple doing some training, and now they're stuck there. Not just someone. Maya, you guys know her? Yes, I heard that from Right. It's Maya Fey. Oh no, her again. Anyway, the air is really turbulent right now, so we can't do an aerial extraction. No one's gonna be able to reach the Inner Temple until tomorrow, sir. Should be alright in this cold? Who knows? There is an incinerator on that side of the temple, so assuming Maya could get out of where she was locked up and turn on the incinerator, she would at least have fire. But yeah, rest in peace, Maya. She's involved in a case at least once a game, and they're all sick of it. So how did this bridge burn down anyway? We're almost 100% sure it was lightning. Seriously, lightning? You're telling me the bridge got on fire due to a fluke bolt of lightning when a murder happened right beforehand? Are you serious? Yep, last night it snowed for the first time in 3 days. It's a little unusual for lightning to occur during a small fall like that. Yeah! That's very rare. But according to the weather data, lightning definitely struck. Wow. A regional weather report for the night of the crime. I see. This is a very detailed weather report. Almost too detailed. It even has the exact time that the lightning struck the bridge. Oh, that? We got that information from the witness testimony. Someone actually saw the lightning hit the bridge? Who is this? How convenient, right? Sorry, I'll go ask one of the local cops later, sir. Well. There's a lot we don't know about this victim. We don't know her real name, her background. We don't know anything, really. That's rather odd. If she was trying to hide her identity, why would she become an author? I'll bet it was just one of those things, you know. She probably never expected to get so popular. I mean, she does have a point. He does have a point. And she said, she wrote the story and then a friend secretly submitted it to a publisher. And then the publisher approached her about, releasing a book, and that's how that all got started. So she never intended to become an author. Don't ask me tough questions, damn. Huh? What's that thing doing on your lapel, Mr. Edgeworth? Is it really that odd? You bet it is, sir! A prosecutor wearing a defense attorney's badge? That's like a detective with a license to kill. Don't officers usually have licenses to kill? I mean, you're not supposed to. That's not supposed to be your first response, but does this little thing hold that ominous of a meaning? Apparently. Have you seen this thing before? Hey, thanks a lot. I was getting kind of hungry. It's not food! What are you doing? Oh, I thought it was some kind of candy. Lately, I've been feeling so hungry all the time. Maybe his salary has been cut just a little too much? Yeah, bro can't even afford cup noodles. Man, poor Gumshoe. Okay. So we've showed him just about everything. My friends since grade school. I don't remember how we became friends though. Wow. Gross. Alright, let's try moving. February 8th. Actually, how about we just turn around and go back? Yo, Eddie, what took you so long? I'm so cold, my brain's turned to sherbet. I knew it was a mistake to race back to this country. What do you mean? Wright is going to be fine, and the case itself isn't anything unusual. And I find myself taking a request to defend a woman accused of murder. Hey, wait a second, hold it, objection! What's going on here? It's hard to explain, but one thing led to another, and... What kind of lame excuse is that? And you call yourself a defense attorney? He is not a defense attorney, though. That said, good question. I don't know how a prosecutor would go about switching to be a defense attorney and vice versa. They act like it's impossible, but we know from other games that it's happened. So it's like, what? When you take the bar, do you have to tell them what kind of lawyer you want to be? Like, if you want to change from, like, basically offense to defense, do you have to go, like, take a test again and get re-licensed? Like... I mean, you have to learn the same laws whether you're a prosecutor or a defense attorney. Prosecutor Edgeworth is a prosecutor, and that's why he's Prosecutor Edgeworth. It's in the name! Prosecutor Edgeworth, defense attorney, just sounds plain old weird, pal. Yeah, but there's Prosecutor Edgeworth Investigations, which is the next game in the franchise. Right, Prosecutor Edgeworth? I'm not sure what role I'm supposed to be playing anymore. Am I the straight man? Or am I wingman? No, wait, hold on. I'm queer, I can't be the straight man. Huh. Dude, Edgy, I don't see you for a couple years and your heart turns to sherbet. I say more like sorbet, it is rather cold here. Iris didn't murder her, someone else did it. I just know it, okay? So trust me on this one. I would not trust you as far as I could throw you, Larry. Even though ever the romantic art you, Larry. Nevertheless, I'll do whatever I can to prove her innocence. At least until I pass the baton on to Wright, that is. Alright, Larry, what do you got for us, Iris? Man, I'm telling you, Iris is so cute. Okay, shut up. Right, Edgy, you think so too, don't you? What's wrong? Why are you so quiet? He doesn't know. Larry doesn't know. To put it simply, your comment has me highly concerned. Could it be that the reason you think she's innocent? Come on, a girl that cute can't possibly be a murderer. I was right after all. I should never have come back. No, don't worry. I see things for how they really are this time. Honest! If I had a penny for every time he said that. You'd what? You'd have $1? It's just that, well, Iris is a delicate flower. You can't force things too much, know what I mean? No. Huh? I have no idea what you're talking about, Larry. Oh. Ah! Forget it, I didn't say anything, Larry! I mean, at least Iris is a legal adult. And she's about their age. Versus when he was hitting on Maya. When she was like 17. Excuse me, the night of the crime. Larry? Where were you and what were you doing on the night of the crime? Larry? What? Don't tell me. You think I might have done it? What? Get lost! Get back on your charter jet and get out of my sight, you creep! And I hope your plane crashes and you die. Wow! I'll ask just one more time. On the night of the murder, where were you? And what were you doing? Damn. As I suspected, Psycholocks, Edgeworth. Psycholocks. I'm sorry, man. You know me. I just don't remember. My short-term memory is a wreck, dude. If your short-term memory is that bad, you need to be institutionalized. Alright, well, fuck you, Larry. Goodbye. We'll come back for you later. Hey, hello there! So, how are you feeling? Alright, I suppose. Huh? Who is this? My name is Miles Edgeworth. My, a handsome boy such as yourself is always welcome. If circumstances weren't so tragic, I might just... Please, don't call me boy. I'm sorry to trouble you. But I'm looking for a woman in a... bikini? Well, you have found her. Now, what can I do for you? Is the lady? Yes, this is Lady Bikini. I'm sorry, but I don't see any bikinis. If you ask nicely, I might give you a peek. Mr. Edgeworth? This is the head nun, Sister Bikini. She's the witness. Why did you tell me that earlier? This is exactly why your salary keeps getting cut. My stomach is already growling in protest. So, what's the latest about my beloved Iris? Well, first, I want to hear what you know. But yeah, like, I guess everyone in this temple is supposed to take, like, I guess it would be like a Buddhist name or like a monk's name or something like that as part of their devotion. And she decided her name was gonna be Bikini, because she's like, if I have to pick something, it might as well be something nice, or it was something like that. The night of the crime. First, I'd like to ask you about last night. Well, last night, we had an acolyte here for training. After dinner, the two of us went to the training hall in the inner temple. She must be talking about Maya. Approximately what time was that? I suppose it was about 9 when we left here. Training lasts all night long. It's extremely exhausting. The channeling dojo's head nun must be in attendance at all times to keep watch. Wow, you're right, that does sound exhausting. Detective, this is no type of flattery. Sorry. Sometime around 11, you witnessed the incident in the courtyard, but your duty was in the inner temple. Why did you come back here? The way you're staring at me, I'm starting to get goosebumps. I'm starting to get goosebumps myself, but for a decidedly different reason. Poor Edgeworth. He's just a gay man who keeps getting hit on by older women. Ho ho, you get the chills pretty easily, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth? Alright, why return? As the head nun, it's your duty to stay with the acolyte at all times, correct? Yes, that's correct. I know I may look strong, but the truth is, I've got a bad lower back. Bad lower back? I mean, yeah. As you get older, these things do happen. Yes, it's especially bad in the winter. So bad that I can't even lift a bucket. Do you remember how cold it was last night? My bad back felt as stiff as frozen glass. I just wanted to take a nice hot bath to ease my aching back. That's why I returned to the main hall. So you left the disciple all alone? Don't be ridiculous. I would never do that. That's why I ordered Iris to the inner temple after she had rung the bell for lights out. Yes, but she never went to the inner temple, did she? So, did this head nun actually see Iris there? I think I better try to get some more details. What you saw? Alright then, I'd like you to tell me exactly what you saw in the courtyard. It must have been past 11. No, I can't say it. It's too much for my poor heart. Hey, calm down, lady. Let go of my tie! Iris giving back shots. I saw 2 people. One of them was lying on the ground. The other was stabbing her from the back with a sword. Did you see this criminal with your own eyes? I didn't want to believe what I was seeing, but it was Iris. Bro, what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It just looked very sussy. Of course she was. Try putting yourself in her shoes. It'd be like if you were stabbing Mr. Right smack in the middle of a courtroom. And I happened to witness it from the witness stand. I'd be pretty shocked too. I know it sounds insane, but that's what I saw. When I finally realized what I was seeing, I screamed and then I passed out. Unfortunately for her, her testimony... unfortunately for us, her testimony seems to be pretty solid. However, the idea of Iris doing such a foul act seems unnatural. Iris giving someone back shots. Hey! Unnatural? The girl I know simply isn't capable of this sort of foulness. I wonder what she means by that. Acolyte. So who is this acolyte that was to train at the inner temple? Excuse me. Her name is Maya Fey. I treated her very badly, I'm ashamed to say. And after she went through the trouble of signing up for the special course. Special course? It's a training session where you sit on a block of spirit ice and chant 30,000 times. You don't mean to tell me she's still doing that over at the inner temple, do you? No, of course not. You don't have to worry about that one little bit. Last night, we still hadn't started the training session itself. Well, that's good to hear. Oh, dear, there's one thing I forgot to tell you. Uh-oh. I don't think I like the sound of this. Do you know that small girl? I believe she is Mystic Maya's little sister. Maya has a little sister? Oh, you mean Little Pearl. That's Maya Fey's cousin. Little... Pearl? Oh, that's right. He's never met Pearl. I thought she was going to visit Mystic Elise after we'd finished with dinner cleanup. But I haven't seen her at all since last night. She's nowhere to be found. You mean she was with the victim? It's all the fault of my stupid, creaky old back. The little girl who was with the victim on the night of the murder is gone. As they say, the plot thickens. Edgeworth. Okay, give me 1 sec. I'm finished my drink. I'm gonna go grab my water bottle, so give me 1 sec. Wah, there we go. Partially frozen water. Nice and cold. I accidentally splashed myself though, because I squeezed the bottle to break up the ice. And, it turned into a water gun for a second. I'm like, oh, that's never happened before. Alright, what do we have? Oh, how could a terrible thing have happened? It's all my fault! Well, come on now, lady, quiet! What do you know anyway? Ow. You're scary. With that stupid 5 o'clock shadow and that stupid old coat of yours. It's too bad that you were the one who... Holy shit! Does she have to take it all out on me? Franco does seem a little... manufactured. That's an interesting way to phrase it. Well, that's a demon warding hood. Acolytes are highly susceptible to possession by evil spirits, you know. Then why has Maya never gotten possessed? That's why we always wear these for protection. Oh, I see. What are you waiting for? You won't get any protection just by holding it, you know. Put it on already. No, I can't. I was just... It's like it was made made just for you, Mr. Edgeworth. What do you mean by that, detective? It looks absolutely marvelous. You just got to keep it on for a little while. Is this some sort of divine retribution? It might be. Rest in peace, Edgeworth. My Hime laugh is top tier. Aw, thank you. I'm quite proud of my ho-ho-hos. Excuse me. There are a lot of fun to do as well. Hydrate, thank you. Yeah, I've got cold water, but sometimes that can cause you to cough, even though, you know, it's good for the throat. What else should we show her? Weather data. Mexon, hello! Excuse me, that might be it for now, so let's check the courtyard. And this is where the murder took place, sir. Yeah, the blood on the snow doesn't tell me that at all. Other than removing the body, we left everything else untouched. Thanks, detective. I'll just have a look around. Looks like the police are still investigating. Oh yeah, by the way, I thought I'd better ask just to be sure. Are you really gonna defend the nun Iris at the trial tomorrow? Yes, I will. I gave her my word. And now I must follow through with my commitment. Well, in that case, I've got to be careful. Gotta make sure I don't leak the prosecution's whole investigation. Don't worry about it, detective. Just keep your mouth closed and I think most of it will flow out on it, so... You got it, sir! I'll make sure it flows out like water from a tap! Yes, you do that, detective. Just how much has your runny spout leaked over the years? Rip. Alright. The victim? The victim is the famous picture book author, Miss Elise Donin. Her entire past, up until she won that writing award last year, is a total mystery. It's hard to believe in this day and age you can still find people like that. Yeah, they didn't even have social media as a concept in this game. The estimated time of death of the victim was between 10 and 11 p.m. on February 7th. Cause of death was blood loss resulting from a stab to the back by the murder weapon. The murder weapon? The victim was found skewered with a giant sword, sir. That's terrible. Yeah, but there's one strange thing, yes? The victim's entire body was covered with bruises. The bruises are consistent with falling from the height of a two-story building. Two-story building? That would be about the same height as that room in front of us, correct? Hey, you're right! That just so happens to be the room that Elise Donin was staying in. Maybe she was pushed out the window after she was stabbed by the sword? Okay, ad break starting in a few seconds, so we're just gonna chill for a moment, vibe out, and then we'll keep going. Dun, 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 dun. mic was muted. Whoopsies! But yes, the stream avatars we started using like about a week ago, give or take, so it's pretty new, yes. And apologies, I probably should have switched to the Be Right Back screen, but as we're still going, so I was like, I'm just gonna run and refill my mug, so. It's fun to flame people. Agent of Chaos. Alright, what happened? Now the detective? Let's see if we can summarize what we've learned so far. Can you keep up? Okay, let's take a look at the map. According to the testimony of Sister Bikini, the head nun, right after they finished dinner, she and Maya Fey headed to the inner temple. Hopefully Maya went to the bathroom beforehand. At 10 p.m., excuse me, after ringing the bell for lights out, Iris went to the inner temple. When she got there, Bikini, who had her take over while she went back to Hazakura Temple. Whoops. After taking a hot bath to soothe her back, Sister Bikini witnessed the murder in the courtyard. If you want more details, you should ask Bikini herself in the main hall. The inner temple, huh? I'd like more information about that place. Alright, inner temple. What is this inner temple that Maya was supposedly training at? According to Bikini, it's an old building they use for training the acolytes. How are you, Diana, Banana, Hannah, Donna, Lana? Hello, Mixon. I am good. Hello, Mixon, Wexon, Discson. I am fantastic. I hope you are doing great as well. It's on the other side of Dusky Bridge. The bridge that burned down, huh? Is there anything else on the other side of the bridge besides the inner temple? Nope. Not a thing. Nothing? The other side is surrounded by cliffs on all sides. In a way, it's kind of like a little island out there. Ah, yes, the chalet in the snowstorm. You can play this? Yeah! There's little games and stuff you can play as a little stream avatar. We end every stream with a little battle royale where all of the little dudes fight each other on auto. So the only thing there is the inner temple. I hear it's not the kind of place a person could survive in. Please be alright, Maya. Edgy Poo. Yeah, since Nick is, you know, in the hospital right now fighting off pneumonia, Edgeworth is doing the detective work for him. The trial begins tomorrow, but who's the prosecutor? I'm pretty sure it's that Godot guy, but nobody can get a hold of him, so they're looking for a replacement. What do you mean? It's really weird, all of a sudden no one can reach him! Huh, I wonder if the rumors are true. Maybe since Mr. Wright caught a cold and will be defending, he just lost interest. I intend to appear in court in the role of a defense attorney. However, I would be quite unhappy if it came out that I'm actually a prosecutor. Yeah, I can see why. But I'm not the one you have to worry about. I think the real problem is gonna be that judge. Yes, he certainly would remember my face even after such a long absence. That's why I requested that another judge preside over the trial tomorrow. You can just request which judge gets the case? We've only met each other once. There's a good chance he won't remember me at all. Hey, Canadian Judge is gonna be back! Yeah, but what about the prosecutor? Everyone in the prosecutor's office must know you. Wouldn't it be a problem if someone there made a big stink? There's no need to worry. I pulled a few strings and arranged for a prosecutor of my own choosing. Wow, Mr. Edgeworth! I had no idea you had such a powerful string to pull! Oh, I remembered. I remember who's coming. This'll be nice. Because there's only one prosecutor who would be dying to directly challenge Edgeworth and would not make a stink about him being on the defense side. Can you guys guess who it would be? It's a character we already know. Godot? Nope. They're trying to find a replacement for Godot because suddenly he's not showing up. It's Francisca, guys. Bon Karma? Yep, you got it. I hope it's Miss Whip. It is. I get to talk like this again. Because remember, she wants to be better than Edgeworth, so if he's on the defense attorney's side, she can directly challenge him in court. So she would definitely be like, I'm on my way. So the sword from the gold statue is actually the murder weapon? It sure is. It's called a shito, by the way. Nasty piece of work, sir. Also, the statue is the one that was in Lloyd Lee Taylor during the Mask to Mask case. Because if you don't remember, they talked about how they had it sent from a temple. There's still blood on it. I suppose this is the victim's blood? Yup, it's all over the blade. And speaking of all over the blade, there are fingerprints all over the hilt of the shito too. Fingerprints? Naturally, they match the prints we got from the younger nun, the defendant. Her fingerprints are on the murder weapon. What's wrong? You're looking really solemn. Is this how it feels for a right? Is this what it's like to be a defense attorney? Yeah, I figured it doesn't really feel good. To be honest, it feels more like it's detrimental to your health. Rip. See, you just gotta take care of Nick better then. You know, you gotta look after his mental health. What's this? It looks like a wizard's staff. That belonged to the victim, Miss Elise Donim. There's nothing strange or magical about it. Oh yeah! Listen, this is just between us, okay, sir? Yes? What? This is top secret stuff. Don't tell anyone about it. Okay? Alright, the truth is, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a wizard. That's it? That's what you wanted to tell me. That's it? Moving on. The staff was made from a very strong kind of wood. What about fingerprints? Were there any on it? Just the victims. must be just over that stone wall. Ah, stone walls. I jumped over a few of those in my time. Most of them are good memories, but not all. Detective? Perhaps someone should introduce you to the concept of paucity of your words. It's a fancy way of saying maybe you should think before you speak. So the goal is to... Oh. Whoops, same thing. Ah, I just love skiing! Really? You don't, seem the type. Well, what about sleds? Sleds? Nah, they're a little too kiddie, you know? Messes with my hard-boiled image. Take care of his health. Meanwhile, Phoenix in past games. Poisoned, ate glass, whipped, first degree burns, being physically abused, mentally abused. Oh yeah, he's been through he's been through a lot. You find out through the course of the games that he took a sabbatical from being a lawyer, but he eventually comes back. In the 6th game? Was it the 6th? Yes, the 6th. He's like 38 or he's in his 40s. I'm like, God damn, sir. How are you still able to do all of this after everything you've been through, man? What's with the silence, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not hard-boiled? Is the world starting to go mad? I mean, maybe? Maybe not? It's a lantern. I suppose they light it at night. Yes, that is generally what lanterns are for. There's something elegant about the light of a fire. At the end of each month, I always try to relax in my room by candlelight. Detective? Can you not afford to pay your electricity bill? How did you know? Oh, God. Oh, someone help this poor, poor man. The main hall of Hazakura Temple is above us here. Hey, you're right. But I'm pretty sure the main hall doesn't have a second floor. Someone needs a raise. Technically, what keeps happening is because Gumshoe keeps messing up, they keep cutting his salary. So, you know, if he was a competent detective, he'd be fine. That's kind of the implication. Hazakura Temple was built on a steep part of the mountain. The front and back of the main hall are on different levels. Damn. So basically, if you drop something in the back, it would roll all the way to the front. But wouldn't it be easier just to build the place slanted, sir? I fail to see how he can consider that to be even a remotely good idea. Godot is only a human. Or, sorry, Gumshoe's only a human. Very, very true. But yeah, he's supposed to be like the quintessential, bumbling detective that's always in the detective novels and stuff. What else do we got? let me see. Well, as you may know, in order to see reality for what it truly is, we strive to break our attachments, blah 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 blah. I guess she lives in an immaterial world. AKA, showing her does nothing. Okay, nothing here. Alright, alright. We will examine the room, because I forgot to do it earlier. There are more Enza cushions in the corner of the room. What's that white piece of paper sticking out from under the stack? Beats me. Would you mind checking that for me, Detective Gumshoe? I am too lazy to walk. Yes, sir. Here you are, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, that is crumpled. It looks like an old manila envelope. Yeah! What is it, Detective? This could be it! An ultra-important clue! A super special clue! I suppose I should read it myself, then. It looks like a letter addressed to Sister Iris. Tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall, unless you want your secret to be exposed. This sounds like a blackmail letter. Found in the main hall, maybe she dropped it. Nice going there, Mr. Edgeworth. Why can't I ever find clues like that? You're an ultra-important prosecutor, a super-duper prosecutor. Well, I suppose it takes a super-duper kind of dumb to miss a clue like this. Youch. Let's see. Do you know anything about this old crumpled-up letter? Is that addressed to Iris? Yep, it clearly says to Iris on it. I can't believe it. That girl doesn't have any secrets from me. So Sister Bikini didn't know anything about it. I see. So we'll have to show it to Iris then. I don't see Larry anywhere. Maybe we scared the poor kid away. His heart was shut tight with the number of psycho locks. Guess I'll have to look for him now. What a thorn in my side. Ah, yes, good old Larry. Ah! Mr. Edgeworth. I came back because I need to ask you a few more questions, if you don't mind. But I've already told you everything that Iris, please remember. I'm on your side. You can tell me anything. Yes, thank you. Dun, 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 dun. Salutation here. Someone doesn't know how to write letters. This letter. It appears to be addressed to you. I think it's someone's idea of a joke, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I threw it away. She's not giving me a straight answer for some reason. I'm going to have to find someone else who can give me more information about this. Okay. That's the staff, okay. So, we can't... So now we're playing Edgeworth prosecution? We're playing Edgeworth while he's being a defense attorney because Nick is at the hospital with pneumonia. Oops. Wrong button. Let's see. There's a little shack down that way called Heavenly Hall. A shack? It's like a rundown doghouse for losers that can't bear the freezing drafts of winter. Kinda reminds me of my apartment, sir. The name Heavenly Hall makes it sound like a palace. Giving a hovel a great name is a crime itself. I'd call it false advertising. By the way, the name of my apartment complex is Compton Castles. That's not a great name. Well, it's not a great apartment either, sir. RIP. Interestingly, in Japan, apartment complexes are usually called, mansions? Or like maison? So they sound all fancy, but you know, they're not. Very different concept to what we consider a mansion. How do we get down there, though? That is the question. Adding to Phoenix's injuries, falling from a bridge and falling ill, yup. He's lucky he's alive somehow after falling in an icy river in the middle of winter. Considering within like 30 minutes in winter, you would, like, get hypothermia. It's supposed to be a fast-moving river as well. It's like a freaking miracle that he didn't drown. Suppose this type of thing is necessary up here in the mountains. Say, that just gives me a great idea! Something tells me he's going to tell me what's on his mind, whether I like it or not. I've got an idea for a brand new invention. It might even make me rich. An invention? Oh, hold my horses. Yeah, a car that can travel on snow. I'll call it a snow car. So what do you think, sir? Would you go for a ride on something like that? Only after you take the first 100,000 test rides. I mean, they have, like, trams and stuff in the Arctic. That literally, instead of wheels, they have, like the conveyor belts and stuff. Alright. Main hall. We're missing something, because we haven't been able to get down to the Heavenly Hall, and Larry's gone missing. Oh, wait, hold on. I think I know how. Shoot! That's not what I meant to do. Hold on. What if we... Larry. This is Mystic Elise's apprentice, is it not? I think he might have a bit of a crush on me. Sweet boy, at any rate. Huh? Well, I don't blame him. Sister Bikini understands the temptations of young men. Sure. But I'm afraid it wouldn't be proper to abuse my position. I am head nun, after all. But in return, I did allow him to draw a portrait of me. I pray it was supposed I maintained your modesty. For everyone's sake. Wow, that's rude. What are we missing? What are we missing? What are we missing? Because obviously, if there's like a place called Heavenly Hall, that's a location we need to go to. The question is, how do we trigger it? I can't remember. It's been so long. Okay. I checked the guide just for the sake of keeping things moving since we want to maximize our time tonight. We do. I had the right idea. We do need to talk to Iris. Apparently, we have enough for the Psyche lock, so... Ah, there we go. New option. Inner Temple. I just finished speaking with the head temple of Hazakura Temple. She testified very clearly as to what happened. She said she saw you stab Miss Elise Donin with the sword. Boom, 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 boom. And one other thing. She said that when She said that when Maya Fey began her training at the Inner Temple, you were there as well. What? When I spoke with you last, she claimed that you never went to the Inner Temple, and yet Sister Bikini says she met with you at the Inner Temple that very night. But I didn't go there! I didn't go to the Inner Temple last night! It looks like she's unwilling to tell me the whole truth. I wonder if I'll find the answers I'm looking for if I break those cycle locks. Alright. Here we go. Present. Lock. I was frightened. Since I have been handed this case, it is my duty to dig up all the answers. Understand? Yes, sir. The smallest flame can sometimes bathe a case in a whole new light. In my years in court, I've seen it happen over and over again. That's why I'm committed to searching until I have those answers. Now then, is it really true that you didn't go to the Inner Temple last night? Yes, I swear, I already told you that. Yes, you said you didn't go because you were frightened. That's right. If that's the case, then the obvious question is, what were you so afraid of? Iris? I wonder. Is this what frightened you so much that you couldn't even leave your own room? I'm guessing the letter? I found this in the main hall. It is addressed to you. Ah! That's... Well, Iris? Why are you glaring at me like that? You were scared of the blackmailer who wrote this to you. Is it that correct? Ah! Was it the evidence or the power of my glare that broke that lock? Alright, Edgeworth, we just need you to stare everyone down. Oh well, I suppose it doesn't matter either way. But Mr. Edgeworth, yes? I thought that letter was just someone playing a prank on me. A prank? Well, yes. After all, even if I did have a secret, there's no one to tell it to that would cause me any grief. I wonder about that. Sister Bikini is like a mother to me. I would never hide anything from her. No, you may not have anything to hide under normal circumstances. However, last night was different. Unfortunately, I don't know the exact nature of your secret yet. However, whatever it is, there is one person you didn't want your secret told to. I don't even have to look at the guide. It's gotta be Nick. Phoenix, right? Oh! He means something to write, it seems. And I can tell he holds a special place in your heart as well. That's why you didn't want him, of all people, to know your deep dark secret. Well, what do you have to say? I should have expected as much, especially from a friend of his. After dinner, this letter was waiting for me in my room. As it said, I was frightened by it. What is this heavenly hall the letter mentions? It's a small mountain shack at the base of Dusky Bridge. A small shack, huh? It's more like a broken down shack that no one would ever want to go near. Where is it on this map? Oh, there we go. It's around here. To get there, you must follow a small path down from Dusky Bridge. The reality is, to get to the inner temple, I had no choice but to cross that bridge. But the thought that such a terrible criminal could be lurking at Heavenly Hall... I was so scared by the whole affair that I didn't even want to think about it. So this is the secret that you locked away in your heart. Yes, it looks as though I may have to visit this Heavenly Hall now. Maybe I'll find some sign of our mystery blackmailer. In any case, you still claim to have never left your room last night? Yes, that's exactly right. Ours is testimony. Okay, the trial starts tomorrow, I promise you. I will win. I'm going to win so that you and Phoenix Wright can see each other again. Against my will. But when I do, you must promise me that you will tell him your secret. But it's pointless. Why would you say that? Because I may know who Phoenix Wright is, but he has no idea who I am. Dun dun dun! Oh, ouch. Oh! It's repeating. Okay. Yeah. Back we go. We should be able to... Uh-huh. There it is. Wow, he's just a little obsessed. Whoa, not much of a view down here, huh? It's still better than the view from my apartment, though. Someone's here. Hide yourself, detective. Oh, why does this always happen? Whenever I find a girl I like, they always run away. That's 'cause you're a loser, Larry. I even chased one of them to Japan. Next it's going to be person, I guess. I thought we... Well, okay, in the localization, somehow they're in America, but... Originally it was Japan. I'll steal that detective's wallet. That'll get me locked up for sure. Nah, I can't do that to someone who looks like they're down on his luck. Wow, Larry. You actually drew a line in the sand. He's just talking to himself. Shh! Be quiet and listen! I knew it. I shouldn't have done that. I blew it again. Done that? What did he do, I wonder? Sent a love letter and made it seem like a blackmail letter, obviously. Hey, you! About what you just said! I got an objection! You dirty rat! Come show you oaf? I'm sorry, sir! Before I knew it, I was shouting an objection! In a loud, commanding voice, too! I even pointed with my pointer finger! You've watched too many trials. He's been in too many trials! Okay, Larry, the jig is up. What have you got to say for yourself? listen to me, Edgy. You've got to do this. You've got to save Iris. Why are you so sure she's innocent? Because she's cute? Watch your mouth! Anyway, I've made up my mind about it. Why do I need to watch my mouth? I'm going to marry that. Okay. Mr. Edgeworth is pretending he didn't hear you, so I'm just gonna ask for him. Have you already asked this girl to marry you? No, not yet, but I can tell how she feels by the look in her eyes. She's got this, I really want this man to carry me over the threshold look. I'm sure Nick would be surprised. He'd never imagined that I could marry such a beautiful girl like that. Something tells me he would be shocked indeed. That's why I didn't want her to do anything dangerous. Well, Larry, I hate to tell you. Can you even afford a ring? Like, forget the whole, like, oh, the wedding ring's supposed to be X percentage of, like, your yearly income, blah, 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 blah. Can you even afford something that's not silver-plated garbage? Like, can you even afford, like, a $200 ring? I mean, what am I going to do if she gets hurt? You respect that she has her own life. What is this guy trying to say? He lost me about a mile back. Well, if we really want to know the answer to that, we're going to have to drag him onto the witness stand. Why the witness stand? What is this little shack anyway? Well, I just discovered it myself yesterday. And why were you down here in the first place? Come on, I'm an artist. I was looking for a good place to sketch. Out in the cold? This is a great little place. It's, artistic. It's quiet, it's cold, it's got no power, and it looks like it's about to collapse. Sounds a lot like my apartment there, pal. Oh god, birthdays for sure. No one is likely to show up and disturb you here. So, can I get you something to drink? Some hot water, maybe? He's getting all buddy-buddy on us, sir. Oh my god. Night of the crime. Come to think of it, you still haven't answered my question. Where were you? And what were you doing last night? Aw, man, don't you have anything else to talk about? No. With that kind of attitude, you'll never be a ladies' man like me. He doesn't want to be. Doesn't want to be. Okay, chill out with those scary eyes. I got it. If you really want to know, last night, I saw something incredible. Something incredible? You say that, and then you... Yeah, but let's not talk about that now. He's a gay man, exactly. Larry is, the straight friend who has no idea that his besties are actually roommates. Excuse me, let's talk about the good old days. What do you say? What good old days? Come on, I'll pour you a nice cup of hot water. Do you not at least have tea. Why hasn't he realized that I absolutely despise talking about the good old days, especially with him? Literally, why do they keep talking to Larry? Like, somehow they're still friends with him, so to speak, but... oh my goodness. Alright, we got nothing else to do but try to break the lock, so... let's give it a go. The night of the crime. Alright, now you're going to tell me what you really saw last night. Whoa, you're really upset, Edgy. Are you... Okay, I'll talk. Don't get feisty. Huh? That was a bit too easy. That's because it was. Don't trust him. Yeah, anyway, it was awesome. Never seen anything like it. At around 10 o'clock last night, it started thundering. Okay. I'd been sleeping. I'm not sure for how long. Suddenly, zing! The world in front of me went white. Like I'd just been slapped in the face by my old girlfriend Naomi. Oh. That's quite the slap then. And then... hi, Luna! And then it was on fire! The bridge was on fire! Dusky Bridge caught on fire? Are you saying you saw it with your own eyes? Hey, why are you giving me the evil eye? I'm telling the truth. There are still 3 cycle locks remaining. That means he's still trying to hide something. By the way, Larry, where were you when you saw that happen? Where you say? What do you mean? What do you mean, what do I mean? Just answer the question. I was in my own room, by the main hall. Where else would I be? As usual, you're as transparent as an empty jelly jar. The problem, I suspect, lies there. There? What do you mean there? It's time to do. It's impossible for you to have seen lightning strike Dusky Bridge from your room, I am guessing. The map? This is a map of the area. Take a look around the vicinity of Hazakura Temple. What am I looking for? I think that should be fairly obvious. The main hall is surrounded by trees, and it's impossible to see the bridge from here. What? Why didn't you tell me that beforehand, Larry? Well, how about it? How about what? Do you feel like talking now? About what? It looks like it won't be that easy after all. Getting Larry to talk and resisting the urge to punch him. You leave me no choice. I'll have to move on to the next step. You weren't in your room at the temple, so then, where were you? You don't know that I wasn't in my room. So where was Larry, and why was he there? If I read the situation up to this point correctly, the answer is fairly obvious. Very well then, let's test my theory. The place you witnessed lightning striking Dusky Bridge from was... boop. The place you saw the lightning strike from was naturally Heavenly Hall. Why would I be hanging out in this old shack? I don't know. Why are there posters of you and Iris on the door? It's freezing cold, there's no electricity, and it could fall apart at any minute. Larry, How do you know that, anyway? How do you know there's no electricity? After all, it's not that dark yet. Uh-oh. In other words, you have just provided evidence to prove my theory. My theory that you've at least once in your life visited Heavenly Hall after sunset. I have to admit, I'm impressed, Edgy. You're in a totally different league from Nick. That's nice. Now tell me, what were you doing at this cold little shack last night? That's what you might call a fair decor. I think you mean a fair decor. Could it be you were waiting for someone? Oh, okay, it is a fair decor. For some reason, I thought in incorrect grammar, it would be a fair decor, but I guess not. Masculine or feminine? No masculine. Okay, so that's why it's... Okay. You really are one scary guy, you know. I believe that last night you were waiting for this person to come meet you. Alright, profiles. There's only one person you would wait for in a horrible place like this, Larry. I told you before, don't call me Larry. The person you were waiting for was Iris. Oh, suddenly I feel all cold all over, Reggie. No doubt because of my chilly glare. So you think I got the hots for Sister Iris, huh? You've literally said it! You literally said it! Multiple times! Do you have some kind of evidence? Evidence that I'm a creep? You guys got something that proves I was waiting for her? Or are you just guessing? This is where I draw the line and end this ridiculous little game. Here's the evidence. Okay, evidence. Here's your evidence. You called her to this spot with a pathetic blackmail letter. Oh! Hey, give that back! You're embarrassing me! What are you doing with that anyway? That's not important. I misjudged you, Larry. What do you mean? Taking advantage of a woman's frailty like that? You should be ashamed of yourself. Oh! First of all, what's this at the top of the letter? It says salutation here. Oh, well, that's what it said in that book, Letter Reading for Dummies. You're not supposed to actually write that. That's where you're supposed to write Dear Iris. Ah, I'm so sorry. Rather than letter writing for dummies, this guy needs socializing for dummies or something. So, you were here in Heavenly Hall last night, weren't you, Larry? And you saw the lightning hit Dusky Bridge, didn't you? Sorry, Edgy. Sorry doesn't cut it, you scumbag, threatening a young lady like that. Wait. Hold up. What now, pal? What are you talking about? What threatening stuff? I'll tell you what, you tried to scare Iris by threatening to expose her secret, pal. What do you mean threaten? When did I threaten her. Unless you want your secret to be exposed. That sure sounds like a threat to me, pal. Blackmail, in fact. Give me a break, it's a love letter. Haven't you ever been in love? That is not a love letter, you piece of shit. What? What did you just say? My love for her burned so hotly it could melt all the snow on this mountain. Oh? Then what is the secret you mentioned? Come on, Edgy. Don't you get it? I'm talking about the secret love between her and me. You know, if you're in love with someone and it's mutual, don't you want it to be exposed? Why would... Unless you want your secret to be exposed, okay. That's not a bad thing. It's only a bad thing for love to come out when it is a situation where it would be bad, you know, like a 30-year-old dating a 15-year-old or like something like that. Dear God, he needs help. He needs so much help. Thankfully, he doesn't show up in any of the other Phoenix Wright games after this. I don't even remember if they mention him after this. It's like they finally cut him out of their life after this. Obviously, she wouldn't want old lady Bikini to know about it, right? About our hot and sour, bittersweet love affair. Ew, don't call it hot and sour. They had enough of the butts, honestly. I mean, who knows, considering there was a time skip between the end of the third game and the start of the Apollo Justice stuff. Literally, it seemed they probably lost touch. It's like 5+ years later. Alright, then why did you send a love letter in a business-like manila envelope? Give me a break, it's not my fault I didn't have any other envelopes. You're an artist! Couldn't you have at least drawn some hearts on it or something? Then why were you so quick to apologize, pal? It's 'cause Angie gave me that scary look of his! What's wrong, Edgy? Why are you so quiet? That's it? That's what all those huge locks were about? I don't understand why you were so defensive. Well, I don't know either. I guess the thing is, you shouldn't expect too much from a guy like me. You know? He's self-aware. That's halfway to fixing your problems. Hey, come on, don't let it get you down. But Mr. Edgeworth, this guy is still hiding something, I know it. What do you mean, detective? Don't forget what this guy just said a minute ago. You really want to know? Last night, I saw something incredible. He's right. Larry? What? You're looking at me like a hungry dog just found a bone. What was this something incredible you saw last night? Thank you, Gumshoe. You actually did a good job reminding me. You're going to tell me, Larry, one way or another. Something incredible. I already told you, didn't I? I saw lightning strike Dusky Bridge. Yes, and I believe it was the incredible sight you saw. But now that I think about it, something doesn't quite ring true. What doesn't? If that's all there is to your story, your heart wouldn't have had all those locks. Therefore, Larry, I do believe you saw something last night. Something more incredible than lightning. What? When? Where? What? How? Hey, what do you think you're doing? If you hide anything from Mr. Edgeworth, I'll arrest you on the spot, pal. That is abuse of power. Oh, not again. Oh! No! What's wrong, sir? Does this mean I have to do it all over again? Why are you glaring at me like I'm next to be hit by a bolt of lightning? Because you will be. I've just about had it with this Harlequin. If I really want to drag the truth out of him, I'll just have to drag him to the witness stand. Dun 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 dun! And now we're in the trial segment. Save your progress, yes. We will save our progress. Where's the... There we go. Alright. Nine 9:47 a.m. Okay. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. I know the outbreak's just about to end, but I gotta go. So give me 1 sec, guys, and then we'll keep going. Phew. Okay, I'm back. Alright. Oh my, Mr. Lorice feels that way about me? Apparently, he isn't aware of your real secret at all. This is no time to be embarrassed. I'm sorry. I'm just hardly accustomed to this sort of thing. Understandable. I too would not know how to react to being told a loser likes me. Worry not. And in any case, whatever it was that he saw on the night of the incident, mark my words, I will drag it out of him. Does that mean Mr. Lorice is the witness today? No, I believe that none will be the first to take the stand. Sister Bikini. She claims to have seen the very instant in which you carried out the crime. I just want to ask you, one last time. It really wasn't you who killed Miss Elise Donim, correct? That is correct. It wasn't me. Very well then. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes? You are a prosecutor, aren't you? Are you sure about this? Your true identity is revealed. Don't worry, I've made the necessary arrangements. I see. Iris, it is a prosecutor's job to doubt people. But right now, I am a defense attorney. A defense attorney's job is to believe in people. and to believe until the bitter end. That's what my friend told me once. Mr. Edgeworth, I simply ask that you watch and decide for yourself whether or not I am fit to do the task I have been entrusted. Very well, sir. I leave my defense in your capable hands. Edgeworth is so cool, man. Court is now in session for the trial of Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple, eh? The defense is ready, Your Honor. The defense does indeed appear to be ready. However, the same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case. Indeed. I'm not sure I like such a blatant waste of this court's time. An empty prosecutor's chair can only mean that the prosecutor has no confidence in their ability to prove their case. It would seem this case is already over before it had a chance to begin. I am ready to announce my verdict at this time. This court finds the defendant... Oh god, it's been a while since I've done this voice. The prosecution. There we go. The prosecution stands ready. And you are? Franziska von Karma, prosecuting prodigy. Von Karma, you say? Perchance you wouldn't be any relation to the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma. Legends are a thing of the past. I am a von Karma. That is all. Upon a special request, I flew in today for the purposes of prosecuting this case. You did? Then you must be quite a big shot, eh? Hey, it's the big... Oh, how's frickin' Spamton's thing go? He's got a thing about Big Shot as well. By the way, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor? I'm almost certain that I've seen you somewhere before. Or am I just imagining things? You look very much like a prosecutor I met once. I believe you are imagining things, Your Honor. Miss Von Karma, do you have anything to say? There is no such weakling as this man among those of the prosecutor's office. There isn't, but I'm sure. Once before in this courtroom. Ow! I told you. There is no such weakling. What is that? A whip? I'm not sure I care for such a thing in my courtroom. Wow, the Canadian judge, the only one to say no whip. But bailiff, remove that whip at! I have no objection to the whip. You don't? The prosecution can wield a whip or drink 17 cups of coffee. But there is still only one truth. That is what I stand here to prove today. Damn! I wish I was this cool. This promises to be interesting, Miles Edgeworth. I had expected to face Phoenix right here today. But looking at you now, maybe this is what I've been waiting for all this time. Miles Edgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you slip through my fingers. I see you brought your flair for the histrionic. Histrionic means dramatical or theatrical. Why can't you just say Edgeworth? Why couldn't you just say I see you brought your flair for the theatrics? My god. He can't be basic. He can't be basic. I mean, I respect it, but... Who the hell says histrionic? Allow me to add to the things I'm not sure about people acting bizarrely in my court. That's fair, Judge. Owa! The stage is set now. Continue with the proceedings, Your Honor. Very well. Miss Von Karma, please give an outline of this case. With as little whipping as possible. The murder victim... I've lost the voice! I have lost the accent! The murder victim is the famed picture book... That's even worse. What the hell is happening to me? The murder victim is the famed picture book author, Miss Elise Donim. I'm just giving up. I lost the German. I lost the German accent. I'm sorry, Spooky. I'm sorry, everyone. Her body... I'm just gonna speak normally. I can't do it anymore. I've lost it! I've lost it! It's left the country. Her body was found in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. She had been stabbed through the torso by a ceremonial sword from a golden statue. The sword in this picture is the weapon in question, correct? Very well. The court accepts this photo of the crime scene. There is no mistake. This was the doing of Sister Iris. After all, there is a witness to her crime. Very well. Please bring this witness to the stand. Crime, crime, crime. If I say crime, I can get it back. Crime, crime, crime. Time, time, time. Wine, wine, wine. My first and last trial as a defense attorney. I've noticed when I have to do like a few different types of voices in a short span, that's when I start losing the ability to do like an accent. Oh no, Sister Iris! Or sorry, Sister Bikini, she's so tiny. Witness? State your name and crime, witness? State your name and occupation, please. Hold on here. I'm not sure about being not sure if I care for this at all. What? Witness, please stand up nice and straight. If I recall correctly, there are a few milk crates in the defendant lobby for our back pain-plagued witness. Bailiff, fetch a crate for this poor lady, please. She's doing a... She is. Once again, your name and occupation, please. Little old me? Well, I'm the head nun of Hazakura Temple on Eagle Mountain. My name is Bikini, you got it? Bikini. Nice to meet everyone. But you don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now. Whoa! The courtroom is the garden of holy judgment. Those with lechery in their hearts shall leave this sanctuary at once. You want me to leave? No need to get your bikinis in a twist. Let me tell you, I'm a sight to behold in summer. In any case, witness, I hear that you saw the crime take place on the night in question. That's right. I can still hardly believe it myself, to be honest. There's no way dear little Iris could do a thing like that. Let us hear what you have to say then. First, tell us about your own movements that night, eh? They just gotta throw the A's in there, just in case you don't realize he's supposed to be Canadian. The night of the murder. That night, I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So I left Iris to help the Acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple. There's no bath at the inner temple, you see, and I needed a long hot soak. It was after I had finished, just as I was heading back, that's when I saw it! So it was simply coincidence you found yourself returning to Hazakura Temple. Yes, you could say that. If my back hadn't been in so much pain, I would have stayed at the inner temple. That sounds like a pretty important statement she just made. There is only... There is only one problem with this testimony that I can see. And you're not about to fall at the first hurdle now, are you, Miles Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth, please begin your cross-examination. Alright. Big stretch. Let's see if we can get through the first segment of the trial before we gotta stop for the night. Easy one. Iris said she didn't go there. Witnesses have to undergo their own trials, I'm afraid. The defendant's fate rests on their powers of observation and memory, after all. Well, don't worry. I'm more than up to the task. I'm a woman of faith, after all, the head honcho of Hazakura Temple. In that case, Miss Honcho, I'd like you to explain something for me. The discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant, Iris. She claims that after ringing the lights out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the inner temple at all. No, she said that? A defendant or a witness? Who is more likely to lie, do you suppose? The defendant is simply lying to cover her back. But that is completely illogical. The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hazakura Temple. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make for a much better alibi. But that is odd. Whatever the reason, I can't believe that she would lie. She does indeed have honest eyes. Whoa! All people lie. That is my belief. Why am I the only one being whipped in here? Anyway, neither the witness nor the defendant have any reason to lie. Which means... we must call your memory into question. Dear. You're older than me and yet you want to play that game, do you? Whew. The Sister Bikini, please. Why is she getting a pass for whipping the judge? Because Francisca gets a pass for everything. The judge did try to take it away from her, but, Edgeworth said just let her keep it. Well, that is exactly what my memory is perfect, crystal clear, especially in winter. Then, I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? Mr. Edgeworth, if you are going to question the memory of this witness, you will need to show me a more decisive piece of evidence. Understood, Your Honor. I was naive to think that alone would do the trick. Then please add your comments about... They're really pushing it. Then please add your comments about Iris to the testimony, and let us return to the cross-examination. Okay, so not only is he the Canadian judge, he's a Newfoundland judge. Because most of the people that say about, like, say about instead of a boot. The people who say a boot tend to be the East Coasters, so like New Brunswick, but especially Newfoundland. Very, very, very strong Irish and Scottish communities over there, so the accent kind of stayed. That night I was held. Okay. But we have our hood. Witness? Let's get one thing straight. The defendant whom you claim to have met, she was wearing this demon-warding hood, correct? Of course. This is a very important piece of clothing, I'll have you know. Wait a minute. Hold it right there. Why do you have that? That's the question of the day now, isn't it, Miss Von Karma? I'll have you know that this hood was given to someone as a gift that night. Before the lights out bell was rung. Oh, what? You know where I'm going with this, don't you? If the witness had seen the defendant as she claims, then the iris she saw would have been missing this very hood. Well. It's not a bad feeling at all, exposing contradictions like this. Now I understand that happy look on Wright's face every time he does it. Order the ow! I didn't even get to read that. Sister, this hood. You have spares of ones around the temple, don't you? Spares? Well, I do tend to make too many of them. I see, a stockpile, a surplus of hoods, eh? Each nun is only given one hood. This should be the only hood that Iris owned. Then this is quite strange. Oh! If there was a surplus of hoods, then she could have worn one of those. There is no contradiction here. I'm sorry to break this to you, Miss Von Karma, but you won't get away that easily. Discrepancies such as this will sow seeds in any human heart. The seeds of doubt. Witness? Well, I don't wish to call your testimony into doubt. You must give every detail with precision. I'm not sure I'm comfortable going along with this. Sister, you shall continue with your testimony. Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath on your way back to the inner temple. Those seeds of doubt are sprouting in the judge's heart. They just need a little more stimulation to bear fruit. Contradictory stimulation. Sounds like an interesting way to do gardening. I finished my bath around 11, and I thought I should return to the inner temple. And as I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard. I took a look, and Iris was, oh, Mystic Elise! She was getting back shots! And with that sword of all things! Mystic Elise was staying in the corner room, which faces out onto the courtyard. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window. You saw a terrible sight, didn't you? If I was in your place, then I would be much like Miss Von Karma whipping... Then it would be much like Miss Von Karma whipping Mr. Edgeworth in two in court. That would be an incredible whip. And me seeing it all from this very chair. Well, something like that. This judge, his imagination is about as vivid and creative as Detective Gumshoe. I would like the look. Excuse me. I would look the fool if I commented on such foolishness. Anyway, this case is mine, Miles Edgeworth. Calling everyone by their full name, can't you do something about that habit of yours? Damn. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. Loss of blood from stab in the back. Body fell after death. Oh, okay. Wait, so was Iris stabbing a corpse? Was Miss Elise already dead then? Because in that case, it's not murder. I mean, it's still a crime to desecrate a corpse, but... Impressive logic. That's what I'd like to say anyway. Oh, please do. My brain is something else, especially in winter. However, I think you are overlooking one thing. Miss Von Karma, would you be so kind as to take another look at the autopsy report? The autopsy report? Excuse me. The victim did fall from a height of 10 feet. However, this fall was after she was killed. Oh. That's right, it says after death right here. Can you still get bruised after you die? Because the blood's not circulating anymore. Actually, you know what? Yeah, you probably can. Because the blood would still be in the body. And bruising is from the rupture of the veins and stuff. If the defendant stabbed and killed the victim there in the courtyard, how did the victim then go on to take a 10-foot fall? Order! Order! The victim was killed and then fell. If that is the case, then the victim must have been killed in her room. Don't you agree? That it is the logical conclusion. Yes, that's right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her own room. And she was then thrown out of her window down into the courtyard below. Were there any signs of a struggle in Miss Stoneam's room? No. She was stabbed with a sword. That would leave a blood stain. Wouldn't you agree? Well, Miss Von Karma, was there any blood? Whoa! No traces of blood were found in the victim's room. Your whip has just caused traces of blood to be found on my glorious playoff beard. Oh shit, she drew blood. However, if there was no blood in the room, then your claim— Ow! I'm sure there is no need for me to go over this, as I'm sure your honor is well aware of when a stab wound produces the most blood. When it produces the most blood, very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from the body, that would be when the blade is removed. Indeed, with the weapon still in place, it acts like a lid on the wound, more like a plug. That's true. With the weapon still in the body, there wouldn't be much bleeding. A perfectly reasonable line of thinking. Oh, we have come to a conclusion then. The victim was thrown out of the window with the sword still in place. This removes all of the contradictions. And how did the sword stay in then? Order! Order! I must admit, this is a probable version of events. I'd expect no less from Franziska von Karma. She locates and takes control of every vital point. It seems that we need a clearer testimony from the witness. Remove all supposition on your part and tell us only the facts, please. Witness, please, remain standing on the crate. Don't go selling me short now. The weight of winter snow has bent me out of shape, especially my back and my mood. Sister, please give us your testimony. I will give you a vigorous massage once we are finished here. With the whip? Oh boy, alright. She's into it, apparently. When I looked across at the scene, the sword was already in place. Thinking about it now, I did actually see her stab Mystic Elise. I've never seen so much blood before. That's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can you? And when I awoke, Mysticami was stabbing Mystic Elise through the back. This all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory. Von Karma strive for nothing but perfection. Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Miles Edgeworth. Perfection is an impossibility, Franziska von Karma. And I'm here to teach you just that. So you're saying that you saw the victim's blood? That's right! Some of it had splattered onto Iris, too! When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room. And her blood-flecked clothing was neatly folded in the corner. What? Her clothes were blood-flecked as well? This seems quite conclusive to me. What should I do then? Sure. Going back to your previous statement, you said that you saw a little bleeding when the victim was stabbed. But now, you say you saw the victim bleeding? Well, I say that what I saw is what I saw. What did you see? Maybe I didn't see the poor woman get stabbed, but I saw the girl pull the sword out of her, plain as day. Pulling the sword out? That doesn't mean she killed her, though. Well, it wasn't exactly pulling. It was more like it came out. Witness, you will add this to your testimony, but it's the Shichishito. There's no way that would have came out nicely. Oh, was that important? More important than you can imagine. Alright. Yeah, I mean, if you withdrew that out of a person, their entire body would be really messed up too. If somehow you managed. Sister Bikini, you are a reliable witness. At least, I'd like to think so, but there are too many contradictions here. What do you mean? You make it sound as if I'm a liar. Rest in peace. You've been judged. But you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. Well. What contradiction are you talking about? in the scene that the witness claims to have seen, the weapon was thrust up to the hilt into the victim. Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body. However, both of these are complete impossibilities. What do you mean? Please explain explain yourself. To start with, do you think it would be possible to stab someone to the hilt with this? No matter how I look at the defendant, she doesn't appear strong enough for that. Does it appear? What a meaningless dribble. I too may appear to be weak and frail, but I can crush men under my heel and make them weep should I so choose. Not a single part of you looks frail. The objection stands. I wept a little back there, I must admit. That isn't the only issue here. Get it together, Judge. If this sword was truly stabbed into the body up to the hilt, well, just look at the branches on it. It certainly wouldn't come out smoothly. We also have the problem with the amount of bleeding. It's true that when a blade is left in a body, it acts as a plug of sorts. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. The wound would be too large for the blade to stop the bleeding completely. That's nothing more than conjecture. Are you sure? We could probably test this. In reality, the victim was stabbed with the shito, even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly and may still sometimes stop the blood loss. If you say so. I'm not finished. There is still one more conclusive contradiction. Would you like to hear it? You've still got more? I've still got more. This one is simple. If this sword really was thrust all the way to the hilt, why is there only blood on the tip of it? Riddle me that. If the witness is telling the truth, then there should be blood along the entire length of the sword. Oh, no! No, 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 no! Bad, 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 bad. Bravo, Miles Edgeworth. Raising this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence? All the other attorneys I know could maybe manage one, if that. Rest in peace. Poor Nick. Poor Nick. Roasted. Roasted. Just completely, utterly roasted. What does this all mean? A great question. You have proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but having come this far, there can only be one answer. And that is the weapon used to kill the victim was not the Shito. What? Surprise! A foolishly foolish idea born from the foolish mind of a foolhardy foolish fool! Say that 12 times fast. Let's examine this again. What was it that made us think the sword was the murder weapon? Well, it's because Mystic Ami was holding it. Exactly. However, if you reflect on this, then... I'm sorry. If you reflect on this, that is the only basis we have to assume such a thing. The impression left by the scene was just too strong. That is what influenced us. It influenced us to believe that the Shichishuto was the murder weapon. Order! Ow! So maybe the Shichishuto was not the murder weapon. Even if that is the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. The sister here saw everything. She saw the defendant stab the victim with a sword-like object. That's true. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? If that is so, I would like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it raises. The obvious question? Yes, namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to? It goes without saying that the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us if a sword-like object was found? That's... Answer the question, Miss Von Karma. No evidence of that kind was found. Well. Another mystery to throw onto the pile. A trial without a murder weapon is a tricky beast. Excuse me? Could I say something? I think you're going to anyway. I just remembered something, actually. What is it, sister? Tell us, sister! I was just thinking, it's possible that just maybe what actually happened was... it was just over there. What exactly are you going on about here? The murder weapon, I mean, maybe... I think maybe I might know where the sword was disposed of. You what? Well then. I think we need to hear testimony from you one more time, sister. Impossible! I love how when Edgeworth gets really upset by all of this, he starts turning into like a toad. What else? What else could that woman have seen? Location of the weapon. I saw the murder at around 11 p.m. and after asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate and there I saw tracks! Tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. It takes 15 minutes to walk Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out. Iris could have done that. She can drive a snowmobile after all. Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time. Well, I'm not in the best shape. What with my back and my age, you know? Quite. There were indeed snowmobile tracks found in front of the main gate. Here is a photograph. Thanks for the evidence! A snowmobile, eh? I see. Well, it certainly is an interesting theory. The tracks began in front of Hazakura Temple and ran all the way to Dusky Bridge. But there's only one set of tracks, so unless she drove back exactly the way she came, but even then the tracks would, have changed. That solves your pesky little problem, yes? The Eagle River's current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in winter. Making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon. For better or worse, thank God it doesn't freeze over. So Nick actually landed in water and not, you know, ice. That would have killed him. Did she really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon? Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please. Okie dokie. If I musty. Dun dun. Let's see. Maybe it's on this one. Aha! I admit this photograph proves something. It proves that the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder. You finally accepted the inevitable, it seems. Who said anything about that? However, if what the witness says is true, then why is there only one set of tracks? What do you mean? What do you mean, what do I mean? Iris left Hazakura Temple, threw the weapon into the river, and then returned. If this was the case, then naturally there should be two sets of tracks. Those from the bridge. Oh, sorry, those from heading out to the bridge and those from coming back. Oh, you're right. You are forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth. Yeah? On the night of the murder, it was snowing. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall. Well, damn. I see. While she was at the river, the snow stopped. Leaving just the return tracks in the snow, unfortunately. What do you have to say now, Miles Edgeworth? Is there a flaw in her theory? I mean, obviously there's a flaw. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to. There is a contradiction. The tracks to the river were covered by snow. What a nice theory. However, Miss Von Karma, that is impossible. Would you care to explain why there is a rude index finger currently pointed in my general direction? No need. The evidence will do all the talking for me. Well, damn. On the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge. in order to dispose of the murder weapon. The outgoing tracks were erased by snow, or so claims Miss Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth, present your evidence to the contrary. We've got a weather report. Witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime. Like I said, it was around 11. Of course, this means that the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct? On that note, please take a look at this data. It is the weather report for Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder. The weather report? Yeah, you know, the weather report. Snow started to fall at 7 p.m., but it stopped at around 10:50. How convenient, 10 minutes before. Therefore, when the sinner was... when the sister witnessed the crime at 11 p.m., the snow had already stopped falling. It is impossible for any tracks made after that time to have been covered up. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Order! Order! Okay, very well then. It looks like Miss Von Karma's claim has been snowed in. It's too soon to be closing this trial due to snow. Miles Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather of all days. What do you mean? This is entirely valid. Girl is just desperate. Answer me this then. When is a weather report ever correct? No, you've got it all wrong. This isn't a forecast, this is actual data. Oh! Forecast data. All weather reports have some inaccuracies. No, not when they're made with stuff collected after the fact. May still have been snowing in the vicinity well past 11 p.m. It's true, we cannot be totally sure. What? How did she pull that off? Because the judge is afraid of her. It had stopped snowing at Hazakura Temple when the murder took place. You need to provide conclusive evidence of this. Okay, you can't back down, can you? Such a perfectionist. Pot calling kettle black. Where is... Yeah, there's no snow on our body. Ultimately, it all comes down to one point. That being, whether or not it was snowing in the courtyard when the victim was stabbed. That's right! But proving that is incredibly easy. If we want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I am referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered with snow, with just one exception. And that is the victim herself, Miss Elise Donim. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It had stopped snowing when she was killed, that's why. In other words, if the killer really did go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, then in this photograph there should be two sets of tracks. Just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth? To be honest, I am not entirely sure myself, but this is simply what all of the facts point to. That night, someone used a snowmobile to leave Hazakura Temple. From the tracks left, it can be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing. Of course it was, because those tracks were erased by the snow. I play a bit of Nikke, right? Yep, I do. I play it now and again. Then, when this person returned to Hazakura Temple, the snow had stopped. Thus, the returned tracks remain. Do you trade crystals for event bats? Usually, or... Oh, I don't do a lot of farming, honestly, in Nikke. I trade for all the stuff that's in the event shop, but that's about it. Well, I mean, my policy is no matter what game I play to clear the event out of, to clear the shop out of all the stuff, so. Can I say something? This all sounds a bit fishy to me. Oh, really? What does, sister? There is only one key for the snowmobile. Furthermore, on the night in question, we know the defendant had it. The key was found in her room after the murder, which can only mean that night, Iris used the snowmobile to go to the inner temple. But Iris said that she never went there. I should probably press on this point some more when I get the chance. The snowmobile can't cross the suspension bridge, so she must have left it at the Hazakura side of the bridge and crossed on foot. That sounds right, but what's odd is when I left Iris and returned to Hazakura Temple, I didn't see anything near Dusky Bridge. You must have just failed to see it, sister. Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple, it was there, by the main gate. The snowmobile, I mean. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow, too. But that isn't possible. Order! Order in the court! What does this all mean? So then, what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the temple. If it had been, then the witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, then there should be 2 sets of tracks in this photo. All we know is this. After it stopped snowing, someone used the snowmobile to return to Hazakura Temple. I never thought a simple snowmobile could cause so much trouble. It is quite the mess. I think we've learned all we can from this witness. Yes, I've nothing more to add. I've told you everything that I know. But then, that still leaves us with the same problem. If only there was someone, a witness who could testify to having seen the snowmobile. A witness, huh? Was there no one walking, perhaps, near Dusky Bridge on that night? I don't think that's likely. It was cold enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot would go out wandering in that, and well, lucky for us, there's an idiot. Unless they have something really important to do. That's a shame. Hold on. Something is coming to me. An idiot, maybe. Idiot may well have gone wandering out on that subarctic night. Your Honor? Actually, there just might be one individual who may be of help to us. Really? You know of someone who might have seen the snowmobile? Uh-huh. I don't know for sure if he saw it or not, but there are two things about him that do come to mind. Which are, first, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder. And the second being, he's an idiot. The individual that I am thinking of went wandering outside on that cold night. In other words, he is our kind of idiot. Rest in frickin' peace. Mr. Edgeworth, who is this you're talking about? Well, 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 I wonder. It's this dumbass. This guy must be a product of a Jean-Luc de la Duke's Guide to Obnoxious French Painting. Rip. This is Larry Butts, a disciple of the victim. Her student? Interesting. Something like that. And why was he wandering a boot outside on the night of the murder? I mean, why wouldn't he be? That's... I could tell them all about his designs for Iris. But it may cost us his credibility as a witness before I even call on him. Welp. He is, after all, an artist. He was perhaps searching for something in that snowy scenery that would move him. Although I cannot guarantee that this is the reason. Ah, leave yourself a loophole. There you go, Edgeworth. And so, this unfortunate, unreliable-looking man. Yeah, that sure is him. Sure is unfortunate and unreliable. What exactly was it that he saw? I intend to extract that from him right here in this courtroom. Summon this youth as a witness immediately. Okie dokie, Spooky. I have no choice, do I? I believe he is in the gallery for this trial. It will not take long to summon him. Very well, Larry. You may have escaped me yesterday, but today I'm going to get everything out of you. The court will now adjourn for a 20-minute break. Miss Von Karma, please see to preparing the next witness. Understood, Your Honor. Good. Well then, court is now in recess. Whee! And that's gonna be it for us for today. We got the end of the first half of the trial. Beautiful. And that's exactly what we wanted. Da-da-da-da-da! Excellent. We'll be in good shape for clearing the game on the weekend. I put it on both Saturday and Sunday. There's a chance we won't need all of Sunday, or we might not be playing it on Sunday at all. It all depends. Because if I look at the guides... Because... How many parts does this have? This was... Part 2-1, so after this it'll be part 2-2. Table of contents. Because I think this has 4 parts. Okay, yeah, so after the 2-part trial, there's a 2-part investigation, and then there's a 3-part final trial. So, the 3-part final trial might take quite a bit. But we will see. We will see. I am determined. It will have taken a whole year, but we will have cleared the original Phoenix Wright trilogy. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And then after that, well, I mean, I haven't played Miles' Attorney Investigation games. I have played the Apollo Justice trilogy, but it has been a long time. Like, I played those games when they came out, and then, like, I only played them once. I didn't replay them. As opposed to, like, the original trilogy that I replay all the time. Partially because, my 3DS busted, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna bother with replacing it. But now that, like, you know, the trilogy's out on other systems and stuff, I can possibly replay it more often on my own. We'll see. Ugh. For now, that is gonna be it for us. Tomorrow it is... Should be Danganronpa. Should be Danganronpa. I will triple check, because I doubted myself. Yes, Danganronpa tomorrow. Did we start investigation for the murders last time? I can't remember. We might have. Either way, we investigating the murderings. So we will keep on trucking with that. Let's see here. Who can I send you guys to? Is there any of our usuals? Possibly not. Usually at this time of the week and night, I would send you to Toko, but Toko is on vacation. Let's see here. Jemmy's got Idol Manager. Yeah, I was gonna say there's a few. Jemmy's got Idol Manager. Sere's doing more of their mod work. Kuma just started though. And she's drawn art of me. She's drawn art of Spooky. So let's go chill with some art vibes then. That sounds good to me. Alrighty guys, so here is your raid Misty. She's drawing a cat girl, not me, but a very, very, very cute cat girl. Aw, man. I love the kimono outfit. Beautiful. Alright, so there's your DD raid, and if there's any new lurkers, here is our Discord. And before I forget, because I forgot yesterday, a battle royale right before we head on out of here. Fight! Oh no, Zon! Zon's getting ganged up on! That's the first time Zon's lost! Oh god, Mexon's gonna win! He's got all the health still! Ah, it's Mexon! They won! The Moonbeam's gained up on you. Yeah, you got cornered. That was nasty. Alrighty, I will send you guys off for Ado now. So, that's it for me. If it's daytime where you are, have a wonderful rest of your day. If it's nighttime, have a great rest. When you head on out for bed, you're going for a haircut. Have fun. And next time I see ya, take care. Until next time I see ya, take care of yourself. Wash your face, brush your teeth, eat good food, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye-bye.